Alright, so we are continuing to make our climb up to the top of the hotel to find Joker. And this room coming up is one of the rooms where I use the armored enforcer to take out the other enemies for me with his swinging attack and his ground pound. So coming up here, I use the inverted the takedown this armor guy. The animation of him crumbling just looks ugly. It's like it didn't even look like I landed on him. He just kind of like crumbles. I kind of wish I hadn't been in detective mode when I did that, just to see what it looked like, but it didn't even look like I actually did the normal animation of the takedown from the grate. It looked like I just kind of like land on top of him and the guy just crumbles. It looked really ugly as I played it, and looking at it afterwards on the edit, it still looks just ugly as hell. So, see, by this point, I only have this one guy left, and then the heavy armored guy. Everyone else, he took care of with that one ground pound. So, this room that could have been a real annoying was about 70% easier because of this big motherfucker and his ground pound attack. And I don't know, I've noticed sometimes in these rooms where the final guy, like sometimes it goes into that cinematic final attack, and then sometimes it doesn't. Like that particular time, it didn't have that kind of cinematic low angle of when I do that bulldog attack on him, or is it no, a DDT attack on him. I don't know, it's weird. I noticed that happened occasionally in Arkham City too. I don't know what it was. If it was like a program error or what, but
I've never seen anything like this. These bombs are set to detonate December 31st. I should be able to disarm them with my...
So the first time I came through this area, trying to jump through this window, the game decided that it didn't want me to survive, and it almost screwed me over and had me get blown up in this room. Because instead of jumping through the window, I kind of just did like a forward flip at the wall, and at the very last second, the game finally decides, like, okay, you can jump out the window. So, and then coming up here, I kind of find this a little cool, like the beginning of this fight where you're basically engaging in the fight, but your view of it is from the helicopter camera. I was kind of nervous about this fight though on New Game Plus because I wasn't sure if how well I was gonna be able to control the action through this camera angle. But I actually got lucky and was able to get my combo up, so I took out 3 of those guys with the multi takedown, which surprised me because I was almost sure I was gonna be taking too much damage during this fight before it finally went to the normal camera view. And this is me trying to cheapen this fight a little bit because there's like 2 or 3 heavy armor guys and I think 2 of the kung fu guys. But I get lucky during this fight because uh, one of the no, two of the heavy armor guys pick up the knives, and I think I eventually get the counter takedown on them. I think, or maybe I just kept fucking it up. So I spammed the explosive gel again because I was getting way too many hits on me. Yeah, I was making this fight cheap. You know, if you ever have, you know, and yeah, I don't know what the hell that was. The game decided that, you know, I still had the decryptor selected, so it was put me into opening that thing up instead for some stupid ass reason. Nearly fucked me over. So yeah, I finally got that counter for the knife guy. Like, I'm surprised that I didn't die during this fight, considering how bad my health is at this point. Yeah, there's the counter on the heavy armored guy. I knew I got it during this fight at some point against them. Yeah. As I watch this now, I realize just how much of a struggle I was having with this fight. Like, I forgot how bad I was doing in this fight. You know, like I said, I'm surprised I didn't die, because I'm pretty sure I was like one hit away from getting killed. And like I said before, and then all of a sudden, bam, my health, my combat, and ballistic armor, all 100% again. And obviously, you know, get used to that outdoor area, because that's where the second half of the first Bane boss fight takes place, which, man, fuck that fight.
I see the Joker's men here have been eliminated.
That, honestly, that first boss fight for that, when you get outside in that area, almost made me rage quit this guy, because of the bullshit tracking of his charge attack in that section. The fact that he'll do a 90-degree turn and still hit you. And I fucked up there and trying to do the silent takedown, because the guy decided that he was gonna turn right at the moment I was right behind him. The one thing you need to be careful of in this section is that eventually the gargoyles will have charges that get activated on them, and there's a point where I didn't hear the guy saying arm the charges or something like that, so I literally jumped between 3 of the gargoyles, and I hear the sound of them getting armed. So I think it's after I take these 2 guys out. Yeah, hear the click there. Here, click there. Here, click there. I'm like, oh shit, that's right, these things explode. Completely forgot about that. So I almost screwed myself during that little section there. But luckily at this point there's only like 2 guys left. So the only problem is that they're heavy armored guys, so you can't do a silent takedown on them, unfortunately. Like, I feel like you should have the ability as you do the silent takedown to do like the quick smash attack, when instead of like you know, smothering them, you just do like the quick like punch to their head. And then yeah, and then that's the other thing they do, is that they'll destroy the gargoyles. The only other thing that I could have done was thrown the sonic batarang at the grate and then hit underneath it, and then done the inverted, or not the inverted, but the pop-up takedown. But either way, you know, I managed to get through the room relatively unscathed. Took a couple shots, but other than that, all you have to do is hack this door, or the elevator, and we'll be moving on to that first Bane boss fight, which fuck that asshole.